Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we want to let you know we are back with the Old and New Money podcast. My boy El Gallo Orlando from Tijuana is back in the house. He's back in the States again. Thank God he made it back safe. He is back here. He asked Mr. Donald Trump for permission to come back in the States, and Trump said, boom, granted his passport, said you can come back to the States. As you know, there's a lot of people that Trump has been canceling their passports. They've been bad boys, bad girls from the government of Mexico. Orlando's not one of those guys. Orlando's one of the good ones. He was welcomed back into our country. And thank God he is here to talk about, what are you going to talk about, Orlando? Since it's your first day back on the Old and New Money podcast. Tell me, what is on your mind? What's really in your heart? What do you want to share with the people, all your thousands and millions of fans?
I want to say the importance of really having a real team, the importance of real having friends, and how real unity works, and how to identify people that actually are gonna add to your life.
Add value.
Exactly, add value. I have a saying with Abel. I think we are Wolverines. If you study, the animal, a Wolverine. I'm not talking about the comic. I'm talking about the animal. A Wolverine is alone. He fights bigger, like polar bears. He fights giant animals, and he's so small. But he, every single day, walks almost 40 kilometers. Every single day, trying to find for food. And he's fierce. If he sees another Wolverine, if he sees another animal that's in his territory, he fights. He fights until he wins. And
40 kilometers a day?
40 kilometers a day.
Wow.
20 or 40 kilometers every single day trying to search for food because they live in the winter.
Uh-huh.
There's always, snow and this, so there's not a lot of animals and not a lot of food.
Yeah.
So he has to actually walk huge distances to find just to survive.
Just a little bit.
Exactly.
And alone.
And alone. He doesn't have a team.
Wolverine and Honey Badger. Is it the same
Yeah.
thing? Is
No,
it the same thing or is it different?
it's like the same species.
They're like cousins.
Exactly.
But they're just like, one's in Africa, and when the Honey Badger is
It's like in the winter, it's like, I think it's in Alaska. Exactly.
like
Alaska.
Canada, like
Yeah,
the
like
northern
those,
part.
exactly.
Savage little animals.
Yeah.
So what's so special about those animals, and why are you talking about it today?
Because, for example, a honey badger, in this case, he has to fight elephants. He has to fight lions, hyenas, all this type of animals by himself. But the reason he fights those type of animals, because it sounds like suicide, it's obviously he has a body that, in a way, can fight against those animals.
Yeah.
But
The skin is thick.
the real reason is that by nature he knows that he only has two options: either fight
Or die.
or flee, flee or fight, right? But by nature and by evolution, he knows that he has a better chance, maybe a 1% chance of surviving if he fights. If he runs away from all the predators there are in the savannah, cheetahs, leopards, lions, hyenas, elephants, he has the worst. He's never gonna eat. He's never gonna eat. So he, in his brain, he's like, I gotta fight. Plus he has testosterone, this, that, blah, blah. But imagine, you only have 1% of making it in life. It's the same. We're the same. You only have 1%. You have to fight. Because if you just stay and sit down and wait until something happens, let me tell you, people, it's wolf versus sheep's out there.
The wolves versus the sheep.
All the people think, everybody's good people, right?
We want to think that.
Exactly. We can team up with certain people, and it's a win-win situation. I get something, I win something, I help them, they help me, everybody wins. Guess what? Most people, they're wolves. They do manipulation. They lie. They're for a little bit of money or a little bit of puss. They'll stab you in the back. They're gonna stab you in the back. So I tell Abel, I'm gonna keep living as a Wolverine. I'm gonna keep living as a honey badger until I find a wolf that I can actually team up with. In this case, Abel is that guy, right? And I'm that guy for Abel. But we have experiences that, both of us, that have not turned out that way, right, Abel?
Yeah. You see, there's a lot of times when you want to trust people, because in our true nature, we want to have like more friends and some family
Yeah.
members that we can trust.
Yeah. We're
Um,
social
business
creatures.
partners. Yeah, we're social creatures. People we want to partner up with. But in reality, a lot of people are not going to have your back. A lot of people are going to betray you. You know, and this guy Tate, he talks about a lot of this. So what is the main thing he says? He goes, never trust people that don't have, that are short on money, women. What's the other thing? That can't fight, that are weak.
Yeah.
First thing he says, I never trust weak people. Now, I understand why. He goes, never trust men that don't have women. I know why. Never trust men that don't have money. I know why. Never trust men that don't have ambition to do business. Don't trust them. They've never
They're
done
lazy.
it.
They're
They want, but they've never done it. They always
Yeah.
want from someone else. They always want the easy way. They always want to say, oh, what can I get out of that guy?
Yeah.
If people don't have the experience, don't have the ambition, bro, the lazy people that are ambitious are dangerous because they're cheats.
Yeah.
Those are the things that, when he says that, I'm like, man, that makes so much sense. And it's different at my age, right, compared to your age.
Mm-hmm.
Like all you young guys, all the new money guys, you guys are all new money. I hope everyone that's watching this is gonna make a boatload of money. You keep watching this, you will. But at my age, I'm already, a lot of the stuff that they talk about on YouTube, I lived it, like a lot of it, or most of it, or all of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, without having someone to, like us to talk about this,
Mhm.
to say how to recognize these demons, recognize these evil people,
Yeah.
because there was no one teaching us. You know, even our parents say, everyone's good, everyone's nice. Trust your family, trust your brothers, trust your cousins, trust your friends, trust your coworkers. No. Now you know you can't trust anyone. And if you take these lessons early, you won't have to suffer as much. I've learned to suffer a lot because
Yeah.
no one taught me this. Now, you guys can take these lessons and learn sooner, or you cannot take the lessons and suffer. So the choice is yours. So when we talk about people that we shouldn't trust, like there was like when I first started this podcast years ago, right? I had this group of people, and you knew them.
Yeah.
You know, you knew them.
Yeah.
It was, I started a podcast by myself, and I brought in another guy, and I brought in another guy, and I brought in another guy who knows how to do audio, and I brought in another guy who knows how to do the video real good with the lights and all that. I brought in people that were really good, that were sound guys for like these big metal rock bands. I'm not gonna name the rock bands, but they're really big for them, right? And then, you know, they went off in their own thing, but this guy still had all the skills. He came in and was doing our audio. I had the guy that he used to work for Disney, he used to work for Marlboro, he used to work for Coca-Cola in the video stuff, the editing and all that stuff. He was here in the Bay Area. So we went to dinner with a bunch of guys, and he was there, and I talked to him. I didn't know who he was. He was just a cool guy at that time. And so I told him what I was doing. He was like, oh, let me come check it out. And he came to the house, he saw what we were doing. He was like, oh, I can do this and I can do this. He started jumping on that stuff. And another guy I met another guy says, oh, I know how to do AI. And my brother does too. So come and check it out. See what you think. And he started doing a lot of AI stuff and shorts and all this stuff. So I brought in a bunch of guys, right? I didn't really know these guys,
Yeah.
but they seemed cool guys. And I was like, you know, it'd be cool to form a group, right?
Yeah.
Around my idea, around fighting, around talking about cool stuff, guy stuff, what's current events, from a guy's point of view, right? Just normal guys like me, you ain't nothing famous. You're not famous if you're watching me, but you want to know just what guys' mentality is thinking, like a normal guy, like a Joe Schmo type of guy, right? That's where we got some experience and wants to do greater things. Because I think you're watching this. Every guy that watching this kind of wants to do greater things. You do, I do.
Yeah.
My friends in the dojo, everyone that I train with, fight with, they all want to do greater things. So that was my deal for these guys, with these guys. And then, you know, once he was around for this stuff. He wasn't part of the group yet, but you were on the outside watching this stuff.
Yeah.
What did you think when they started doing like weird shit?
Well, first of all, I ask you, you know, what's going on? You know, why is everything turning weird? And at the beginning, you know, you always have to listen to both parts' story. But in the other story, it didn't make sense to me, you know.
The other guys.
And, yeah. But Abel, you know, and plus I know Abel pretty good. And I don't know, man. It's like I already said it, you know. I think it's wolf versus sheep. So people are going to lie, manipulate. Maybe at that precise moment, they're actually not doing anything bad to you, right? But when it involves status, when it involves money, when it involves women, people tend to do their own thing, you know? Like, and it's weird because, like we said, you know, we believe that everybody's nice and everybody wants to win. And sometimes people actually don't just want to win; they want to see you lose.
Yep.
And that's a big thing. And that's something that when you grow up, when you're not naive, because that's the word. I lost a bunch of money. People have stolen money from me. I told them, hey, we're gonna do this business. I'm gonna give you $30,000 and you need $20,000. You already do this, right? Yeah, yeah, I'll do it for you, brother. No problem. Blah blah blah. You give them the money. What happens next? They start not answering the phone. They start, oh, I've been very busy, man. Don't worry, everything's cool. They run away with your hard-earned money. And why? It was a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Nobody was gonna lose. But you know what people would rather do? They'd rather take that money, not work. Because what you said, some people are lazy. Some people are ambitious and lazy. They don't want to actually put the work, the hours, the effort. And they just see the money right there and they take it.
Yep. Well, see what's strange? I'm going to tell you. So I had a podcast group, right, before. I was the main guy, started the whole thing. I was the personality because I had the most experience. And some of you know about my experience. I'll be real brief. I was in the Marine Corps for 9 years. I was with the Sheriff's Department for 10 years. I have a nice little advanced college degree, blah, 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 okay. I ran grocery stores, in the corporate world for my parents. So I know the family business. That turned into a corporate business, which turned into a multi-million-dollar business. Not mine. I just ran it with my parents, so I can't say it's mine. And then I also became a realtor investor, flipping properties, rental properties. I've been in wars. I'm with the Sheriff's Department. I worked in the jail, so I've been in prison riots. It was awesome. So I've been through all kinds of stuff. I'm a dad. I've been through breakups. I've been through divorces. Baby mamas here and there. I'm Mexican, so of course I gotta have several baby mamas. I have good friends. I talk a lot of funny stuff. So with all my experience, I'm able to share them with you, the wins and the losses, which I wanted to do. So I brought these guys in, and all of a sudden, the podcast was growing real fast. Obviously, I was the main guy. I was talking all this stuff. All the videos were me in it. But these guys, for some reason, I loaned them my password, and then they went south to LA to do a little event. I got sick, so they went down to do the event. I wasn't really needed there because it was just post-fight interviews of fights. So I wanted to be on camera also, so they get comfortable in talking. They never got good at talking. They were boring. But they tried. A for effort, A minus for effort. And so when I loaned them my password, and we got a message, because our podcast was going very fast. I think it was like in 5 or 6 months when I started the podcast, we had like almost 6,000 followers in like 5 or 6 months. That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And we already had the message
Yes.
like a month previous that you're about to get paid. YouTube says you're about to get paid. You already got X amount of followers. Now you're just going to get close to the viewing hours. So we're getting close. At the time, forget what it was. You have to get like X amount of followers. You're getting close to the viewing hours per month or for every 3 months or something like that. I forget what it was. But we were getting close to that. And so these guys, we wouldn't even get paid. The channel was hot. We were at all kinds of fight organizations because I was doing the podcast, interviewing the fighters. I was doing the weigh-in shows. I was doing the microphone for all these events. And then, so I loaned them the password. And when they went down to LA, they got a smart idea like, hey, why don't we just take the channel? Abel's not going to be part of it. If he went out and do this certain things, and if he doesn't do exactly what we want him to do, we'll just say, hey, if you're not going to do it, we're not going to give you the password. And then at that point, I called you up. I said, hey, check out these fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I told you about it. Like, he knew about it, because me and him were great friends. And then, best of friends. And then I told you about it. And then I started telling you this, and this. And I think at that time we got even closer because you started opening my eyes to a lot of stuff on this stuff. And when I told you about this, what was your reaction?
I really couldn't believe it. I remember I told you, like, hey, I think they're reasonable people. I think that you just talk to them. I don't know why they're taking that position, but maybe if you talk to them, maybe they'll be okay with it. Just don't take things south. And actually, April told me, yeah, you're right. I don't like the way they're trying to take the project, the channel.
My channel.
Yeah, but you're right. They're my friends. And I want everybody to do good.
Kind of friends.
Let's do that. And after like 2 days, Abel calls me up and he tells me, hey, they kicked me out. They kicked me out of my own shit.
And my own project, my own business.
And I'm like, how do they do that?
And I was like, I loaned him the password.
Yeah, like he was a little bit, like I said, not naive, but he's a good person.
I was the sheep.
Exactly.
I was the sheep.
It's the
you imagine
wolf
me?
sheep.
the champion was the sheep for trusting the wrong people. So there's times you can be the wolf and the sheep. And at that moment, was I the sheep or was I the wolf, Orlando?
You're the sheep, man.
I was the sheep.
But
right?
I've been the sheep too.
I think everyone's been the sheep. But the good thing is we gotta realize that when we're the sheep, understand, take a lesson, and you might be acting like a sheep right now. You might be in a relationship with the chick that treats you like the sheep right now.
The thing is, you always have to be independent. I think that's at the end of the day, you cannot trust somebody that in order for me to do this, he has to take or she has to take this full responsibility. No, like you have to be independent. You can let people join your team, and obviously if they're like on the same level as you and they have that responsibility, accountability, then that's okay. But for example, I had a friend for like almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Was a good friend, and once there was a little. And once there was a little bit of money in the mix, he backstabbed me.
Yeah.
He started saying that I was mentally ill, that I was a violent man, and he didn't want to pay me back my own money. And I told him, look, if you don't give me back my almost 30K, I'm going to fuck you up. And that's not because I'm crazy. That's because I'm not going to let you rob me out of my money. Not because you're my friend doesn't mean... Yeah, not just because you're my friend, that means you can step all over me and I'm not going to do anything. Hell no. And I think that's something that happened in a way with you too. Like, they thought like, no problem, it's able, blah, blah, blah. I think maybe what they try to do, it's leverage. Leverage you. Like,
that's what I told you.
If you're not going to do what we say, you're not going to be part of your...
We're not going to give you your
podcast.
We're not going to give you your password back.
No, and
you're not going to be part of your own business that you started.
And all these things that we have right now, I remember Abel told me, hey, I have, the things for the podcast. And I'm like, okay,
about everything. It's all
let's do it again.
Yeah.
They took a bunch of stuff. Like they kind of left it in there, but there was a lot of stuff that were missing.
Cables.
Yeah, cables, this, that.
They said on my Mac computer, all the things that I had set up, they deleted everything.
And I told him, let's start again. There's no problem. He was like, really? I'm like, yeah.
How hot?
And he was like, hey, but I had a team. I told him, look, we're in the army of 2. We don't need more people. If you really want to do it, you got to do it. And then he got great success with that. Right now he's focusing on other stuff in his life, but Abel made it back. All those views, all those subscribers, he made it all back.
You're getting them all back, yeah.
He got banned. He's always talking shit, but he made it back again.
Making it back. Coming back. See, this is a trip, though. When you talk about those dumbasses, right? And so, some of you, my friends, know exactly what we're talking about because they try to do a little promotion here in the Bay Area. Some dumbasses, right? They're dumbasses, right? They can't even talk on the microphone, right? And then and they laugh stupid faces for the camera also. Mine ain't too pretty, at least it's likable, right? But what's the trip is we didn't even get paid yet. We were just barely. YouTube just told us you are about to get paid. You're close to getting paid.
Yeah.
We were about to start getting paid from YouTube with that group. And I told all these guys, check out what I said. All you guys that are helping, even though you're not on camera, this isn't your project, you didn't buy the equipment, you're not providing the studio, you're not paying the electricity, you're not doing all that stuff. When they come over, I prep a meal because I like cooking. So I'd have, chicken or steak or something like that, salmon, whatever, vegetables. I feed them when they come over. Because these guys are all poor. They're all brokies, right? So don't trust no damn brokies. And you guys, my friends, you know who they are. My friends, you know who that group of people are. Because they tried doing a little fight club here in the Bay Area. They did one in Sunnyvale. They did one in Oakland. They failed. They're like limp dicks, right? So they're all fucking weak. So I tried doing all this stuff, and they fucked it all up. We were about to get paid. I told them all. This is what I told them all. All of us are going to get paid the same, equal. Because I appreciate everyone putting some work into it. Even though I'm the main guy, this whole channel started, all the fight promotions want me to go interview and do the podcast and all that stuff. Because I'm really interested in fighting. I've been into fights since I was 12 years old. I've been in Kung Fu. I grew up on Bruce Lee movies. Literally. Me and my brother Oscar would watch Bruce Lee movies all the time. Kung Fu, Mega, and Karate. And that was a big old fight. Enter the Dragon. I watched that stuff like 50 times when I was 8, 9 years old. And so I understood fighting. I knew all the fighters from before. Like all the original UFC fighters. I knew all the fighters from the Bay Area. Everyone knew me. And so people requested me all the time. And I told them, guys, we're going to make all the same amount of money, everything. And to think about these guys are such idiots. And it jacked me up too. Because they had all the skills that I didn't have, right? I'm just a personality, nice guy, knows how to get people together, want to make people happy, I know how to interview, and then I know how to talk about life experience and how to succeed, and stuff happens, I get over it. But to me, it irked me so bad because I was trying to help guys come up, and I was trying to give an example of what a group of friends should be like. And these guys, we were all about to get paid, and I was going to share everything equally. Because me, it wasn't about the money. Money comes, it's going to come, right? And I'm not shy about sharing it. And for these guys, for us to get about to get paid, and for these guys to be such idiots, okay? These guys are such idiots that I was going to share all the money with them. And they just got greedy. They got greedy because they said, oh, we got a little bit of leverage on Abel. We have his password. We have his password. We can make him do whatever we want to do. No. You're not going to bully a mouthpiece. You're not going to bully Wolverine. You're going to bully the wolf. You're not going to bully the leader out of this, okay? Because once a man is a badass, no one can manipulate you. No one can tell you what to do. You got to do what's right for you all the time. So these guys came back and tried to tell me, oh, if you don't do this, we're not going to give you back your channel. You only have to do this. We don't want to do that. Called my boy up, told him what was up. And that's why I think these guys are such idiots. You were about to make a lot of money on YouTube because this only grows. We had favor with YouTube. My face had favor with YouTube. And all of a sudden, they just killed it. So that channel, they died. They completely killed all their potential business. So everything they were going to do, the potential money that we were about to make together, they killed it. Why? Because they're brokies. They didn't know how to talk. They didn't know how to dress. They didn't know how to talk to women. Bro, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. We went to an event. Yeah, I'm going to tell the event. So we went to this event, right, in LA. And this one time, we were sitting we were interviewing the fighters and around, and it was an awesome event. Well, two of these dumbasses, they don't get laid, right? One of them has a girl, but his girl is like 6 years old. She looks like 79, right? All whacked out. And then the other guy, he's like skinny, he looks like a dork. He always wears a stupid little hat. That dude gets no puss either, right? So these guys, they got on some apps over there in LA, and they got these ugly ass girls, right? These girls are bigger. They weighed as much as me. They were 5 foot tall, weighed as much as I did at that time. They were like, with makeup, they looked like almost like a 3. But they were big girls. And I was like, these guys sat next to them in the fights. And I looked at these guys, and I was like, what the fudge? We're supposed to be out here working, grinding, interviewing people, getting more followers for our channel, promoting our channel.
Yeah.
These guys just sat next to the girls. I was like, simps. These guys never talk to girls, never get girls. All of a sudden, get a little bit of attention in the middle of us building our business. Yeah. And these guys said, F the business, F the friends, F the project, F the mission. I'm gonna sit next to this girl, and hopefully later I can get a little bit of action. That's what these guys did. So when Tate talks about don't trust brokies, don't trust guys that are not good with girls, don't trust people that don't have money, don't have vision, don't trust guys that are weak, don't trust guys that don't know how to fight. Now I live by those words. If you're weak, you're useless as a man.
The thing is, like I said, it's wolf versus sheep. And I think at the end of the day, we have to understand that human nature is self-serving, lazy, and degenerate. So most people are always going to choose the lazy path, the easy path, the degenerate path, and the self-serving. Like, if I can make $100, or I can make $1,000 by stabbing one of my so-called friends, most people, 99% of people, are gonna do it. Because that's how it is. If you don't believe this, you better believe it. Because if not, you're gonna go to the same things that happened to me. You're gonna go to the same things that happened to Abel. You in this world are a Wolverine. There's no such thing as, we're the wolf pack and none of that shit.
Well, there might be sheep right now. You might be a sheep right now. But you must change your mind and figure this out and say, am I going to be a wolf, a wolverine, a honey badger? What are you going to do now? Yeah. Because you don't want to go through these pains of trusting weak-ass people. Look at your friends around you.
Try to be always independent.
Look at your potential business partners. Look at the people you're supposed to be around with. Okay, for example, my boy here, I don't have a lot of friends. Okay, I know a lot of people. In my dojo, everyone's cool as heck, right? If you're watching this from my dojo, you're pretty much awesome. I like everyone. There's only one person I don't like, but I kicked them out of jiu-jitsu class, right? And so, they're all my boys, but like friends? Like you say, I like your definition of what you said, friends. later. Like, tell me later. But repeat to them later. But what I say when I look at this guy, I say, okay, we're partners here. We're gonna work on this together. The other business we're working on, we're gonna do that together. Why? He's strong, mentally strong, physically strong. Knows how to fight. He'll outstrike me. Okay, when it comes to striking, he'll outstrike me. Right? He knows how to dress. He's hella good with women. Hella good with women. Okay? And he's good at building businesses and looking at opportunities. He's got all this stuff going on with him. His parents love him, good from a good family. He's always been a good friend, never done me wrong. So when you talk about people, looking at people, potential partners and friends that you hang out with, okay, you gotta look for certain qualities that they have. Okay? This man's got them. I think I got them too. But I want you to be careful.
You got him. Don't
Cool,
think
thank
you
you.
got him.
So be careful with who you partner up with and who you work with. Because I'm telling you my story, so you don't fall into these pains and don't lose any more money, energy, time, a business. You know, because it sucks when you build something so nice and then it just gets taken out from under you. From nothing that you did. You didn't do nothing wrong. But someone just jacked you just because they wanted what you have because you gave them a little bit of power to take it from you. You got to protect yourself. Not be mean, but just protect yourself.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, like we were saying, it's just it's human nature, you know, it's human nature to take,
Yeah.
you know, and we have to understand that most people that are around us, they want us to do good, but not better than them.
Yeah, yeah.
So you always, when you invite somebody to a project, even when you share things to somebody, be careful what you share because they can later on leverage that into you. And sometimes it's like with women, it happens the same thing. Oh, I didn't want to hurt you, but you know they told me that if I didn't do it.
Look, women don't care about you. So you're not talking about women don't care about you. Keep going.
Yeah.
Just understand this. Women don't care about you. Keep going.
So you always have to keep your cards to your chest, you know. And I know it's hard because religion always tells us, especially if you're a Christian, that you know you have to trust the process, you have to trust God, you know. But the reality is, you know, you can have God in your heart, but if you do the same things and follow the path of Jesus, it's gonna happen exactly the same thing that happened to Jesus. They got fucking crucified and killed you.
Well, if you just don't get around those Talmud people,
Talmud, yeah,
Talmud people,
yeah.
you'll be all right. You know.
Yeah, listen. Don't talk to the fucking
The Talmud.
the Jiu-Jitsu guys.
Don't talk to the juice maker. Juice box makers.
Jurassic Park.
No, don't watch the Jurassic movies. Don't believe in the dinosaurs. Jurassic Park is no.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
so what else did you see about those people? What are tales from my experience from you? Because you were looking into it. You knew a bunch of those guys, not intimately, but you knew some of those guys, and you knew some of those guys were like weak sauce. And then later on, you found out more about them, and they tried doing business with you. They tried calling you, and now hey,
No,
just see what they got to offer, just so you can learn more about these clowns.
The same thing happened in a way. It was not directly with those guys, but a friend with them that I had a business to with this person, and same thing happened. He just one day told me, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take all the money out of the business for myself." I'm like, "What do you mean? So what am I gonna make?" "Oh, you're gonna make experience, and I'm just gonna give you some money for with your gas, and so you can."
Hey, you're gonna get out of this partnership. You're gonna get experience.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, if anyone tells you partner up with me and learn from me, and are you gonna get paid as experience?
No.
Give them the bird.
Yeah.
Give them the bird. No. Like I got friends, a couple of guys that want to come in real estate, right? And they say, "Oh, we want to learn. We want to do this." Now, you know what? Come learn. You're gonna help me, but you're not gonna do it for free. So I want to get you paid. Obviously, you're gonna get paid minimum wage just for doing things, but I want to teach you because you're also helping me. I want you to learn experience. But if you're helping me in the business, I want to get you paid at least minimum wage. So you're going to get my experience. I'm going to teach you, right, from a top-notch salesperson in real estate, okay? But if you're going to be helping me, I want to get you paid also. I don't want to just pay you, oh, just your experience. Look, that's a scam. You're just going to get from me the experience. That's your pay. No.
Yeah, and don't be a lazy person, because normally when you're lazy, you don't want to work a regular job, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna partner with this guy, and we're gonna make a bunch of. No, man, go to the right path, the one you know you should pick. Work hard, and eventually, even if it's just a regular job, you're gonna make some money, and then you're gonna be able to. Okay, I have some money now. Hey, you know what, Abel? I have some money. Right now, I have my job, but you know, I really wanted to be in real estate. I
Yeah.
want you to teach me. I already have funds for whatever months or whatever period to be working you. If you pay me minimum wage, that's okay with me.
Yeah.
I want to actually learn. I already have my finance on point. Or, hey, I'll pay you, and can you coach me? There's another thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it takes money to make money moves.
It does.
So if you think just because, oh, I'm with my friends, the power of friendship, and we're gonna make so much money, wake up. Wake up. If you want to make money moves, you need money. Get that fucking regular ass job. Matter of fact, take 2 jobs full time. Get that fucking paper, and once you got that paper, now you can start doing the things that you actually want to do, and your finances on point, and you're not gonna be dependent on anybody. You gotta do your own thing. If somebody wants to help you out, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's great, you know? But never give them that power, because if you're watching this, maybe you're actually a good person. But like I said, Abel's a good person, I'm a good person. But there's fucking wolves out there.
Snakes out there.
They have the sheep, suit and everything. They say, "Oh, I'm with you until we die, bro. I'll die for you. I'll take a bullet for you. It doesn't matter the money. It doesn't matter this." And once there's a fucking $1 bill on the table, they fucking turn.
You'll be so surprised.
I mean,
So
I've been
surprised.
surprised so many times. Like I tell you, I had this friend 20 years.
Yeah.
We weren't exactly the same thing as Abel. We weren't even making money at that point.
Even that guy was crazy. 20 years just throw down the drain for nothing, bro. Because for nothing, really, it was for nothing. $30,000 for what? He was gonna pay back, or else you light him up. But the guy should travel all over the world with.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
surprising.
That was
He-
surprising
he
too to
literally-
me.
He tried to tell you how to run this type of business, and you did it all by yourself. He was just there for fun. In reality,
Yeah.
he was a nice guy. I
Like,
met him. He was a cool guy.
He's cool. He's cool.
But
He's a cool guy.
that surprised me that guy blew up a business like that. He destroyed a business. I mean, left it to you, right? Because he tried to steal from you. Like, no, here's your payout. You get out with yourself. All of a sudden, you blew it
No,
up big,
and-
and he was, oh, I want to come back. I deserve more.
And you know what happened with all these people that I'm talking about? It wasn't enough for them to destroy the business. They actually put obstacles and challenges in front of me. They actually wanted me to lose.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, I'm out. Not, sufficient enough with that. They put more shit in my path. I came up all those obstacles.
Some people don't want to see you succeed. A lot of people don't want to see you succeed. Okay? Especially if they were your business partners or have friends with you before. Now they're your enemies, bro. When they say enemies, they become your enemies. They do not want to see you succeed. So what must you do? Become more than what they expect you to be. Better. Be a better Wolverine, better Honey Badger. Be a better wolf. Be a better warrior. Just be better. Just get better. That's it. Just get better. Understand that people are going to betray you. Try to recognize the signs. But to me, it's now, if you're weak, I can't trust you. Okay? If you don't have experience in life, I can't trust you. If you don't know how to dress, it's hard for me to trust you because you don't even care about your image. Okay? If you're not good with women, then you can't trust around your woman.
Yeah.
Like me, you've been around my women, I've been around all your women. No problems. No problems at all.
And I heard this self piece of knowledge that a very 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 successful guy told me. He told me there are more millionaires in the world than real men.
Why don't you say who it is, bro? So I can see who you say hang out with.
Okay,
Recently.
he's
You hung out with him a few times, right? But well, the guy who you say who it is, the guy who he's about to talk to, is the guy who has one of the baddest suit tuxedos, menswear in the world. A tailor shop in the world. Custom shoes, custom suits, custom shirts, custom pants, custom everything. Like his suits are badass. Where I got my suits, they're badass too. I think my place is probably second place compared to your boy, right? Because your boy dressed some of the baddest people in the world.
Yeah.
Who was his friend that he's hung out with? What, 3 times already?
Yeah.
3 times.
Well,
The guy who he dresses up are the Tate brothers. That is his friend, the guy who he hangs out with every now and then.
Yeah. He's,
Well, say his name, bro. Say his name.
Jules.
Jules.
The shooter, the sartorial.
The tutorial. He
He's
lives in Dubai. Dude, he's
Yeah.
badass.
and this guy, great person, incredibly, all the knowledge he gives, everything. And
Spends time with you.
yeah. I
Hours,
was about a
had
month
dinner with
over
you.
there. I had a month over there, and yeah, he's super.
When you FaceTime me, bro, you say, hey, check who I'm with. And then, hey, what's up, guys? And then what happens? Behind you comes plates of fruit
Yeah.
for you and that other guy.
Yeah,
Comes in
the
just for you
drinks,
guys. I was like,
yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
You get all this special treatment at your shop. And he goes, yeah, he brought in fruit and cheeses for us and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, that's sick, bro. Have fun. And pleasure
Yeah.
to meet you.
No.
The shooter Satori. That's who he hangs out with.
No, and
jealous,
this
bro.
guy, he's always telling you the same things I just told you. Human nature is self-serving, lazy, and degenerate. He said that, and at the time, he always said about the frequency, the people you hang around with, and everything, and all that he told me has been true.
Yeah.
All of it.
Dude, say that quote that he said, because I loved it. I never thought about it until he said it, and I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. So this quote that he said was, hey, when he talked to you, he goes, hey, you are one of the real men. He goes, you might see around here in Dubai, because you guys were cooking in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
This boy rented a white Bentley, sick, bro. But going back to Satori,
Yeah.
the shooter Satori, he said this quote to you and explained it, break it down the way you understood it, and the way we still process it years later.
Yeah.
Or maybe years later, whatever. He said it. He said, it is, you see all these men around here, all over Dubai, millionaires, billionaires? I said, but a true man is more rare, it's harder to find than all these billionaires.
Mhm.
Break it down, what he thought, and how do you break it down?
Yeah, like he was saying, millionaires, they tend to say a lot of things that they don't mean. But real men, whatever you say, you mean it. You
Yeah.
do it. And he told me there's so many people around here that say, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Never do it. So many people here that they think they're hot shot. Turns out they're fake. So many things, and something that Abel says, you can fake having money. You can rent a car, you can put a nice watch on, you can put a suit, whatever, and you can have some fake clothes, and you say, oh, I'm a millionaire, this and that. But you know what? You cannot fake. You cannot fake being strong. Either you're strong or you're not. Either you can lift that weight or you can't. Either you know how to fight or you don't know how to fight. That's it. So that's why it's so important. The thing that he says, the weak people. When you're weak, you're fucking weak. And you cannot fake being strong. If I tell you somebody, hey, I don't know, lift this weight. And if they can't lift it, they can't lift it.
Let me tell you a story, bro. So, I like to have dinners for a lot of people for real estate and business and this, that, all over the Bay Area. In San Francisco, I like to go a lot because I have great restaurants. I get invited there to talk about real estate, my experience because of military and law enforcement and, all these things. I have great stories. And so, in India, there's a lot of engineers. In San Francisco, a lot of engineers that are Indian or Chinese people. And they talk about this, I'm an engineer and I make this amount of money and blah, blah, blah. And I like to talk to them like, okay, that's cool. And what about the rest of your development? I go, what do you mean the rest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got an education, you got a fake degree from India, because all the degrees from India are fake, but they say, I get high-level degree. They don't even cross-references. The HP1 visa, they got to cancel that shit. So they got fake degrees from India, and they come over here. You didn't know that? I do.
Yeah,
They tell me. And so they come over here, and I got this, and I'm making this amount of money. And I go, and then they'll start, when they get too much like, I'm this, and I got this, and I'm making this much amount of money, which is cool money. And then I'll be like, yeah, but what about the rest of it? Dude, what do you mean? I said, do you have a woman? Can you talk to girls? What about the number one most important thing? What's the most important thing? I said, what is all that worth, all that money that you're making? What is that good if I can literally grab your head, squeeze it, and pop your head off your shoulders? Then what's your money worth? So you're not a complete man. So all these guys put so much value in, I'm a high income earner. All right, that's just one little piece of it.
And that happened in Dubai too.
Yeah.
For me, all these guys, millionaires, they arrive in their super nice cars, and once you put the gloves,
Oh yeah, you went to a boxing club, huh?
yeah, once you put the gloves, brother, those fucking millions are not gonna save you. Either you put the work or you don't. And imagine you're a millionaire, you have all this money, you can get the best coaches, and you still don't train.
Tell them about these events, like the Satori Shorter, the Shooter Satori.
Mm-hmm.
We have these events about business, and then they come, and then some of them will come to the shop and order suits, but then he invites them. to come at a boxing event.
Yeah.
To learn to fight and box. What happened when you spar with a bunch of these people, bro? What happened to them?
Well, you learn that, you learn about the character of men. You learn about that one that I'm saying. It doesn't matter the amount. Doesn't matter how good you're at business. Doesn't matter how good you're at this and that. Like Abel said, if I can pop your head off, what's all that money worth? And I'm not talking about you have to be a fucking trillionaire, billionaire, and know how to fight. No, but you have to be able to defend yourself. Not only with the hands, but with your mind also. And that's those values that I'm talking about. Real men know, they stick to the word. If they say, I'm coming today at this time, they come at that. And I'm going to do this, they do it. They don't speak all this rubbish. They just do it and bringing all that back. If I tell Abel, we're going to do this together, we're going to do it together. No matter what, no matter how I feel, no matter how amount of money is in the line, no matter what fucking girl is telling me, like, this is another thing that happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Like, girls, then, why do you talk to that old man? What the hell does he know?
Who's the old man?
You.
Oh.
So, things like that, girls always, you're going again with your friends? Why do you train so hard? Where do you go to jiu-jitsu? You already have money. You have this. You should be spending time with me.
You already got belts. You already got
Why do you want more?
You're already a national champion. Why do you want to go fight some more?
Exactly. Because they're not gonna come to fight with you. If somebody knocks at the door right now, somebody's trying to fuck with Abel, I'm gonna jump too, man. Let's go. I'm gonna fuck everybody up. It's not about, I'm a champion, UFC champion, I'm a boxing champion. No, it's not about that. It's about being able to defend yourself, to defend your ideas, to, like Abel, they try to leverage him. What he said, fuck you. Yeah. I'm going to do my own shit. And that's, like I said, and if it got physical, I know it would have been able to fight. So that's about being a real man. It's all those things, being strong, being powerful. What you got to do if your girl tells you, hey, can you pick up this box? I can't lift it. Baby, my shoulder, my fucking knee hurts. And no, you can step aside, woman. Mm-hmm. Let me show you how it's done.
Get in the kitchen.
And that's when the girls are like, they get moist, bro, with that shit. Mm-hmm. When girls watch me fight, they're always screaming like, blah blah. But once it's the nighttime and we're alone, and honey, darling.
Time.
When you defend me, or when you were fighting, that looks so good. You look so good. The best, that's gonna happen in your life. Just the main reason why, because you're a real man. It's not about the money. Why do you think there's billionaires and millionaires that get cheated on? It's not about the money. Everybody thinks, you to get girls, you need money. You don't need money. You need to be a real man. And if one girl crosses the line, be a man. Girl.
Get another one.
Exactly. Maybe you always have a bunch of them. You don't need just one. You know what? I don't trust motherfuckers that are like, hey, let's go train. Let's go. Let me ask my wife. Bro, I don't trust the fucking men. I can't, because what's going to happen when your wife tells you?
You mean ask my lady?
Yeah, no, what's going to happen when your lady tells you, I don't want you to hang out with this guy no more? What's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? It's going to stop talking to you. I have 4 or 3 best friends. You know what happened with them? You know why I don't hang out with them no more? Because the 3 of those motherfuckers got married. And once they got married, they said, Orlando's bad influence to you. I don't want you hanging out with him. And you know what happened? They stopped talking to me.
Hey, your girls started telling that about me when you're on a podcast. My girls would say that about you. Hey, you always hang out with your daddy. You shouldn't hang out with him.
But
shut up.
Exactly. But it's normal, because girls, they always want the attention. They want to be your world.
And we don't listen to them.
But that's what you have to do.
We don't listen to bad influence.
Well, you listen to them, but at the end of the day, you do whatever the hell you want to do. That's the thing.
I don't listen to them. Ever. Why? What do they know about being a man?
It's sheep versus wolves. These girls are
Wolves
wolves
versus
too.
sheep. Wolverines versus sheep.
No, Wolverine's against everybody. Polar bear. I don't give a fuck what's in front of me. A honey badger against a lion. We don't care. There's fucking 4 lions in front of me. I'ma fuck all of them. That's the fucking spirit you gotta
that's
be.
The badger, though.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
I see a fucking elephant. Oh, fuck that
Because
elephant.
we're at war. Literally, men are at war. We're at war against the world. You
No,
know?
against the world, against other men,
Against the Matrix.
against your exactly,
It's the
against
Matrix.
all that, and
We
you
call
have
it
to
the Matrix.
you have to be like that Wolverine. You have to be like that honey badger. You have to attack life because you only got 1% chance of making it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose, doesn't matter. 99% are gonna lose. So you're just another one. Doesn't matter. But there's that one upside.
Yep.
And you're gonna have everything you want in life.
And you gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep
Keep
fighting.
training. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So we shared a little bit about when I was a sheep, which I don't mind sharing when I lose
Me
because
too,
we all
yeah.
lose, you know. And so when I talk about losing, trusting people, it was because I trusted a weak man that didn't have money, never had a business, didn't know how to talk to girls, didn't have girls, didn't know how to dress, didn't know how to fight, didn't even have respect of their peers. My mistake, because I was trying to help some guys out, but I want you guys to take those lessons and figure out, first of all, these people are weak, they can't do nothing. Because that's what a man should be strong. And if you're watching this and you're not strong, work on getting strong. It's day by day. You don't get strong overnight. I didn't build all this overnight. You didn't build all this overnight.
Yeah.
This takes years.
And
Well, it
effort.
doesn't have to take, it takes years to build this, but it takes 1 or 2 days to start to get strong.
Yeah.
So it's just step by step by step. So I talked about my losses, about my betrayals. Hopefully it helps you out. It's a good story. So this is the Old and New Money Podcast. We out.
Newest.
The newest money.
¿Quieres traer otra cosa o ya no?
No, ya. ¿Quieres editar y yo hago reaction videos?
Sí, está bien.